Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. Today we're going to be making risotto, and even better, we're going to make it vegetarian, vegan, and also gluten-free. Are you ready for this? Alright, let's jump to it. Okay, so first things first, you have to make sure you have your stock. In this case, we have the vegetable stock here because this is a vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free. And also, I will be linking this for you so you can actually see it. To make sure it's nice and hot. That's step number one. Once that's done, I'll put that on the side. So I'll be using a bit of oil in here, putting the onions. The trick here is making sure you're not rushing anything. Risotto takes a while, so if you're committed to having a risotto, you have to make sure you actually take your time. And mind you, for us we decided to cut everything more finer, even in the mushrooms and also the onions. It's a bit caramelized in there because I'm now going to add in our mushrooms. I didn't tell you this at the beginning, but we're using brown rice actually instead of arborio rice, because typically when you're making your risotto you use a short grain rice, which is arborio, but we're going to be using brown rice. Now at this step where we are, the onions, the mushrooms are pretty much cooked there, so the next thing I'm doing right now is adding in our brown rice, or just adding your arborio rice if you have it. Now what you're looking for here is a little bit of toasting. Toast it a bit more, make sure it doesn't burn at the bottom. Now remember, this is something which takes quite a while, so there's no rushing it. If you're not ready for it, you don't want to make it, you just want to hold on because it takes a while, right? So next I'm also going to add a little bit of plant-based margarine, because you need something to help you continue with this. My butter is pretty much almost melted here. What is going to happen next, start adding in our vegetable stock slowly by slowly. By now you should start smelling that nice aroma from the mushrooms and the onions, all combined, plus whatever butter or olive oil. Now I'm going to start scooping in our stock, but I'm not going to put in that much. So basically start putting in little by little. That's good right there. So again, as it reduces, add in more, but you need to give it time. It has to go, it has to take its time. And right now I'm just going to put in some spices as well, because remember this is vegetarian. You know, the vegetable stock doesn't have as much flavor either. It's not like chicken stock or beef stock. So I'm going to make sure that we are adding in some more flavor. For spices, I'll put a little roasted garlic pepper in here, Italian, black pepper, a bit of salt. The water has reduced down. That means I'm also going to add in another scoop of stock. There we go. Now, and also the amount, people always ask the amount of water or the amount of liquid compared to rice. It's 1 to 6 almost. 1 to 6 cups of stock. I'm also going to put in a little bit of wine, and actually we're using non-alcoholic wine. That's what we have in the house right now. Now you can imagine all those flavors that are building all together, right? And also, by the way, don't forget to keep your heat on low. Don't turn it on so high. You want it to take its time, right? So just keep continuing adding that stock in as you go, and also as you can see, I'm keeping it on heat here because you don't want to put in anything cold to just set it back. So going forward, and since by the way I'm using brown rice instead of the short grain arborio rice, it takes a while, right? So what I'm deciding to do is actually cover it for a little bit. In between, I keep covering it for a little bit like that, and then I uncover it and I keep adding in. So just keep repeating the process. Alright, so with brown rice it takes a while for sure, but you know what we got here, it looks really amazing. I just want to be just a little bit more liquidy, so I'll add a touch in there. And at the same time, I'm going to add some of our tofu in there, and also I'm going to add our green peas. So I want those green peas, they will definitely help with the color. Look at that. And also the tofu, it makes it more like a meal for us. That's why I wanted to add it in. You really have to add tofu? No, you don't. But we wanted to actually do that. I'll add a little bit more butter for just creaminess in there. Oh, look at that. That looks amazing. Alright, as you can see, it's even still bubbling, nice, oh creamy. Look at that. That looks beautiful right there. And here we go. That's what you're looking for right there. I don't know about you, but I think that looks amazing right there. And I can't wait to try it. I'm going to add a bit of vegan cheese on here. Now, I really want to try it, but it will be unfair to my wife because she's the one who actually loves the risotto. So, I'll let the expert try it. Alright, and here goes the expert.
Hardly an expert, just one that craves it. Well, all I'm doing right now is because vegan cheese is slightly different than regular cheese, is I'm trying to get the heat to sort of melt this. But let's see here. Trying to get a bit of everything. Now let's try it. I'm very excited for this actually.
Is it creamy the way it should? Is there a bite to it?
Absolutely. So there's a bit of a bite. It has that nice texture that risotto has.
Right.
Then it's nice to have that bit of pea, because you bite into it and it pops in your mouth. So that's really good.
Yeah.
And then of course the tofu we've added, but it's nice for that extra protein too.
Yeah, you don't have to add it in. So again, it was my wife's craving. So hey, I said why not? Let's make it happen.
And it's nice rich depth of flavor, which is why now admittedly it takes a while to do this, but it is definitely worth it.
Okay, I'll try it. Wow. Very nice. The mushroom, the red wine, the onions, the flavors, everything's coming out. The food critic has spoken, and it seems like my restaurant will stay open for a little while. And how many stars will you give me?
5 stars.
So I have 5 stars. Alright, so let me know if you come into my restaurant at home after COVID.
Of course.
Anywho's, well guys, again we tried this for sure for ourselves, and as I said, I always use what we have in the house. We use brown rice and became creative with whatever else we had. And again, this is, you know, vegan, vegetarian and gluten-free. So we hope you really enjoy it also when you try it. Let us know what you think. And I mean, mind you, you can use the other normal rice, which you're supposed to use, which is the arborio rice. You can use that if you want, alright? So for our word of the day today is a kettle. How do we call a kettle in my language? We call it a binika. A binika.
A binika?
Yes, and that's what we call a kettle in my language.
What I find particularly interesting about this challenge is you can take anything that you would have in the traditional way and make it suit whether it's vegan, whether it's vegetarian, or gluten-free, or all 3 in this case. So that's what I find really interesting, in that everything can be customized and changed just a bit to suit what you need to do.
True.
So you still have the variety in your diet. It's not like you're stuck eating a salad every day, because really, in truth, we haven't. We've shown you the variety of foods we've been able to have, and that's what's really wonderful.
Thank you guys. We'll see you in our next video.